I was born and raised in Tombra County, a place once known for unity, culture, and peaceful coexistence between different communities. But when conflict erupted in 2021, everything changed. I remember seeing young people becoming silent, fearful, and divided. I remember witnessing youth being targeted, forced into violence, and armed groups. A moment that stayed with me was witnessing the fact that many young people were becoming both victims and a tool in the conflict. For me, this was a painful reminder that conflict does not only create physical destruction and destroys life, it destroys voices of young people, it creates fear, and it also creates division. That experience inspired me to begin working with youth in debate, public speaking, and leadership spaces. According to the United Nations report, 60% and above the population of South Sudan are young people. But millions of these young people are displaced and affected by conflict. Currently, many young people in South Sudan and across the world still do not have safe spaces for them to heal, speak, and transform their pain and experiences into positive changes. And that is why I created the Peace Times Voices to Vision project, a youth-led peace-building initiative helping young people heal, find their voices, and lead peaceful actions in their communities. Using community dialogues, youth are encouraged to speak openly about conflict, leadership, and peace building. Through debate and public speaking, young people will learn to speak confidently, think critically, and share and exchange opinion without violence. Through the peace media and the storytelling, many youth document peace challenges, share solutions and their voices in the digital platform, and promote message of peace within their communities and beyond. This initiative is not only an idea, it is deeply connected to my personal journey, my education, and the work I've already started with young people. After experiencing the effects of conflict in my community, I chose to study peace and conflict because I wanted to understand how community can be healed and how youth can become peace builders. I also founded an initiative which is the Operation Lead Hub, serving and existing as a flagship initiative under the Joint Debate Society, where we mentor students on public speaking and ethical leadership, organizes speech contests and leadership challenges to the student leaders. Through this experience, I have realized that when young people are given safe spaces to express themselves, heal, and speak and lead peaceful actions, they do not only see themselves as victims of conflict, they see themselves as visionaries and leaders of change. And that is the world that I want to build. A community that was once affected by conflict is defined by unity and actions to bring about peace. A community that documents the stories of its youth, a community that uses dialogue, a community that is united. I also imagine why the network of youth peace leaders who share the same experience across borders, who come together and work together to achieve a global, sustainable, peaceful community. Because when youth find their voices, they do not only transform themselves, they transform the future of their communities. That is why the work matters. Peace building should not begin only when conflict ends. It should begin by empowering young people before violence defines their future. Young people continue to carry the same stories of conflict, trauma, fear, silence, psychological burden. But yet, within these young people are voices, ideas, and the ability to create a positive change that the world yearns for. Through Peace Times Voices to Vision, I will continue to create safe spaces where young people can heal, find their voices, speak for themselves, and lead peaceful actions in their communities. And I believe that when we invest in the youth voices, we do not only invest in voices that bring about peace, but we invest in a more peaceful future for all of us. Thank you.